Okay. So, hello and welcome back to our not Iron Man, Dragon Age Inquisition No Death Ruleset playthrough. Brought to you by William Ellison, Master Rosarius, on GameAnyone.com. Today we shall talk to a lot of people, and if we have time, visit the mages in Redcliffe. See what Fiona wants. Well, it's obvious what she wants. She told me she wants an alliance. But there is always the fine print, isn't it? But I need to see who should I take with me to the mages. That is my particular objective in this session. Who is the most suitable to travel with me in this delicate... look at that. This delicate dance I'm doing. I can tell you we'll have to... no, it's true. Sarah doesn't have shit. Okay. What happened to Blackwell's shit? Fuck. He only has a shield. Right, Blackwell. Stupid fuck. Interesting, I hadn't noticed one of his arms was armored. Well, this guy doesn't seem like he's going to wear any kind of armor. Okay, time to talk. I'll sort out the equipment after I'm done talking. Titerita!
What can I do for you?
This is definitely female shepherd.
Can we talk about the bull's charges?
Best company you'll find from here to the Anderfells. In my time with the chief, we've gone up against everything from bandits to magic trees. We're expensive, but you'll never doubt we're worth it. Want to know anything in particular?
Are there rules for how mercenaries operate?
If you don't want some noble to treat you like bandits, yes. There's also a code of conduct most companies hold to. Keeps things civilized on the battlefield. We accept surrenders for ransom from mercenaries, nobles, and soldiers wearing a lord's colors. Our prisoners are treated well, injuries tended. We'd want the same for any of ours who got captured.
Alright.
Do the charges specialize in anything from a tactical standpoint?
Ambushes.
Bull doesn't want us large enough to work as an army. We're better as shock troops or skirmishers. We've got archers for hitting enemy infantry, Dalish with more archery, and Skinner and her people on the flanks. Rocky handles fortifications and traps, and Stitches keeps us all fighting. They mostly hold back. I'll lead the frontline fighters with Grim, and the chief goes wherever he can hit something.
You said something about everything from bandits to magic trees. I'll admit to some curiosity.
Right. Sylvans. That's what Dalish called them. Apparently spirits can possess trees, too. Some noble in the Dales, and they really don't like it when you call them Dalish nobles, had a haunted forest. His family had abandoned the land, but he wanted it back. The chief bought us all axes, and in we went. Between the axes and the torches, the Sylvans weren't too bad. Worst part was the squirrels.
What, they scream too loudly when they're cooked alive?
We'll talk later.
Want to talk to Krem. There were more shit out this guy. Fuck me, yes. Okay, let's see what this quest is about. Maybe that we know.
Tell Master Sren the new blade should be ready as soon as her recruits have learned which end to hold.
Blackmore is here. Wouldn't have suspected. Must be Blackpool, that's the quest gear. Let's talk to the... yeah, let's talk to Blackpool then.
Make her look at it. So much easier to ignore when it's far away. And to actually walk out of it. To be that close.
What? No. Luck had nothing to do with it. It was the Maker that saved us. Let's see. This doesn't make much sense, but...
It's right there. We could take a trip if you're that curious.
I'm gonna have to decline. At least until I learn more about it. I have to admit, I thought you'd be...
Human?
Yes.
As I said, I'm masquerading as the actual Herald of Andraste, so I need to be more careful. I cannot be angry. People expect certain things from prophets.
That's not surprising. Humans are everywhere. It's expected.
It was a foolish thought. Should have known better than to say anything. It's what you do and how you do it that's important. Just one question then. How do you think you fit in with all this?
Yes, this is actually true. I cannot say that to him. What do Grey Wardens want? They want peace, they want to end their lives. So I think this is a good option to keep gaining his trust.
I just want to help stop the war. Try to put things back in order.
A worthy goal, one I'm happy to support. For me, I'll be satisfied so long as we find the bastards that killed the Divine. They owe us some answers.
So this guy believes in the Chantry as well. The only difference is that he's a Grey Warden, it seems. But he takes that seriously, but this is a devout person, which is not good. So I have a Grey Warden that believes in the Chantry, or the Chant, well, whatever. Then you have Cassandra, which was actually part of the Chantry, and definitely believes in the Chant. And the fucking Cunary secret police guy. Those are not good options for me.
I've heard rumors of abandoned warden camps all over these parts. If we have time, I'd like to take a look, see if there's anything we can salvage.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know a lot about them.
The wardens? I'm afraid we're less exciting than we seem.
But I must know what this is. So I'm not going to ask that question.
You haven't had contact with other wardens for a while. Why were you on your own?
It's what I've always done. Recruitment only requires one man. Besides, I've always been a loner. Works best for everyone that way.
So you have no idea where the rest of the wardens are?
Do you find that odd? The Blight is over. We don't need an organized force. And orders don't change much from day to day. For the last 1,000 years or so, it's been just find Darkspawn, kill them, repeat as necessary.
Let's continue this at another time.
As you wish. I'll be here if you need me.
Emprise du Lion, western approach. Well, that's a lot of places we haven't visited.
Yes?
I want to hear more about you.
Compared to yours, my life will seem dull indeed.
Let's find out.
Your name, Blackwall, doesn't sound Orlesian. Marcher then. Ferelden.
I was from the Free Marchers originally. Markham. That was a long time ago. Another life.
I hear that many wardens were once criminals.
You're right. And when you join, your past is forgotten, so let's leave it that way.
Okay. Yeah, he just admitted to this, but let's see.
What did you do before you became a warden?
I was a soldier, a nobody trained to wield a sword and follow orders. I grew weary of fighting other men's wars.
So you became a warden?
More or less. Becoming a Grey Warden was the first time I felt like I mattered. The life I led before seems hollow in comparison. Perhaps one day it will fade away.
And he answered this already.
Why did you join the wardens?
Because they remember honor and sacrifice. Words that have little meaning to the rest of us. Because they lay down their lives for those they have sworn to protect. We all need to believe there are such men in the world. I needed to believe I could be one of them.
We can continue this discussion at another time.
Very well.
So he lost faith
Inquisitor?
in the rulers of men.
What do you think of the Inquisition?
I expected more. More men, better equipment. You may have Andraste's favor, but wars are won by men, soldiers.
Why war at all? I don't know, could you be at war with demons? But this guy is a soldier, we need to remember that by training his outlook to the world must reflect that somehow. So that's why he sees this as a war. Yeah, let's show we are a little bit more nuanced than he is.
Brute force is not always the answer. There are plenty of other paths to victory.
True enough. Still, it never hurts to be prepared. One thing I will say about your men. They're passionate, devoted. You inspire them. Build on that foundation, and you will have an army that makes nations tremble.
Yes, yes. That's exactly what I want to do. Make them tremble, make them they crumble. I wouldn't say we're at war. Not yet, at least. Since we were talking about war, let's continue the topic.
What do you think about all this trouble between the mages and Templars?
Ah,
Looking at it from where we stand, it seems inevitable. But that could be hindsight. How many of us actually saw it coming? Either way, I don't think the Chantry will ever recover.
Yeah, this guy believes in the Chantry, fuck. Though he seems a little bit more detached than, say, Cassandra. That had that personal connection with the Divine and actually wielded power inside the Chantry. So this guy must be, or could be a better alternative. I don't know if I should bring the Qunari with me. I don't like that at all. He doesn't seem too concerned with magic, but who knows, maybe in one single instant he will turn his battle axe in my back and I stick it hard and good.
What do you think of the Inquisition's cause?
Restoring order is a goal I support wholeheartedly. But that's not the end of it, is it? Not by a half. The Lady Seeker believes we are restoring the Chantry. Others say it needs reform. I don't know where you stand on the matter, and I'll admit I haven't made up my mind either.
Okay. Thanks for that clarification, Blackwell. That makes you better than Cassandra.
What do you think of my advisors?
Leliana seems nice. Also a little frightening, but mostly nice.
Okay.
You're not saying that for my benefit, are you? Are you so certain you're being watched?
Are you so certain we aren't? I don't want to wake up with a blade in my kidneys if I can help it.
Yeah. Paranoia always pays off, doesn't it? Can I ask out more people?
What do you think of my advisors?
Cullen. He's got the look of a man who's been through too much. He's seen the best and the worst of humanity, and I think he still struggles with where that leaves him. Still, I trust him to watch my back.
Alright.
What do you think of my advisors?
Josephine's lovely, and craftier than you'd expect. The Inquisition could not have picked a better ambassador.
Who's left? Cassandra? No, advisors? Who are the advisors? Okay, whatever.
What do you think of my advisors?
Leliana seems nice. Also a little frightening, but mostly nice.
Alright.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
I fear for Cassandra sometimes. The way she throws herself into battle. I've never known a warrior like her.
Alright.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Don't play Diamondback with Solus. You've been warned. Taught him the game last night. He turned around and beat me at it. Lost everything. Had to walk back to my quarters with only a bucket for my bits.
Yeah, scholars can do that to you.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Don't play Diamondback with Solus.
Without Barrick. Barrick is also our friend, isn't he?
Inquisitor?
Shit.
What do you think of the...
You already know what I think of your forces. I'm not sure what else there is to say.
What do you think of Haven?
It's a war camp that was once a pilgrim's refuge. It's the state of the world, though, isn't it? Holy ground turned into a battlefield. Pity about that temple. Would have been nice to see it.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Sarah doesn't know who she is or what she wants. And doesn't even care.
Which makes her perfect for us. We can mold her at will, I think.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Have you seen the stories Varric's been writing? His descriptions of me are colourful, to say the least.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
I fear for Cassandra sometimes. The way she
Okay.
throws herself into battle.
Well, he took out the
You must
bull.
have some feelings about...
I fear for Cassandra sometimes.
Alright.
The way she throws herself into battle.
Stuck out
I'll be
with
right
the
here if
bull
you need
then.
me.
Yes, yes.
Good day to you.
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
Yes. This is a good question, although he's a spy as well. So... But let's see if he tells me how.
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing the armor.
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding it. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire or acid away, so it doesn't spray right into your face. Canary learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good work.
Why not? This guy seems like he's a hardened battle master.
You sound like you want to head down there and give the troops some pointers.
Nah, I'm no good at command unless I know who my guys are sleeping with and what they like to drink. Inquisition's already too large for that. The charges are big enough for me. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader, no Inquisitor.
Don't we have? I was pretty certain I was the leader, since I'm making all the big decisions. Yeah, this guy is confused, and he apparently is confusing my character as well. To me, it seems pretty clear I'm the leader of the Inquisition. I decide what we do. It does seem like a council, a ruling council, but in all honesty, I'm the primus inter pares. So, that's an illusion. This guy seems just to be ruthless, so I think we can be a little bit more honest with him. For a Cunari, he doesn't have many beliefs. Strong beliefs, it seems. Hello, Fail.
Then maybe we need one. I'd be willing.
You? Huh. Why you?
Aha! Exactly the answer I want. This fucking guy is a Cunari, but he can go and tell the other Cunari this. No, he's a Cunari, shit. I cannot instigate a war with the Cunari, I need to remember that. Sniper Elite difficulty with 4x on single player. What's 4x? Are you trying that? I can tell you it's not easy. Yeah. Yeah, if he tells this to the Cunari, they might try to kill me. Since they are religious zealots. They are just biding their time to invade again the south. This is the pragmatic approach. But that it does not... It's not a good idea to go with this, I think. The fact that you can do something very well doesn't mean you should lead. Especially if it's just a random ability you picked up along the way. Ah, zombies. Okay. I do plan to pick up a sniper elite zombie, Nazi zombie army 1 and 2 at some point. Not pick up play, I already have them. So yeah, this is sometimes a big part of any leader. Someone that's actually willing to stand up and tell people they should follow, so let's go.
Nobody else seems to be stepping forward, and since I can seal rifts, I'm here whether I like it or not. If it proved necessary to have an Inquisitor, I could make a go of it.
For a second there, you sounded like a Qunari. My people don't pick leaders from the strongest, or the smartest, or even the most talented. We pick the ones willing to make the hard decisions, and live with the consequences. Who knows? Maybe you seal the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
You think?
It could happen. It won't. But it could.
Fucking Qunari. This guy is difficult to figure out. This thing was easy by comparison.
So, how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. We don't have names under the Q. Just, I don't know. Job descriptions, I guess. When I came to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
But why specifically Iron Bull?
This may surprise you, but I really like hitting things. Also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. I like having an article at the front. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless weapon. An implement of destruction. That really works for me.
Maybe that's his role in the Q. Motherfuckers.
I'd like to know more about the Qunari.
You writing a book?
I cannot tell him this. I don't know. This guy is... Yeah, with a regular Qunari, you know where you stand. But this guy is making compromises all over the place. How the hell do I know if he... But he did tell me up front he was going to report all of this to his brethren up in Parvolen. No, not Parvolen, Seheron. Is it Seheron or Parvolen? I'm not sure. Holy shit. Yeah, look at this. They are a potential threat. I'm actually talking to him as if he were not a Qunari. They sound interesting. They are a potential threat. No, he's a Qunari. It should be saying you sound interesting or you are a potential threat. And that's certainly true, but I cannot tell him that. Never. Hello, Poncho, how are you? Maybe I can convince him I want to become a Qunari. That would be interesting.
What I've heard about them sounds fascinating.
What you've heard was mostly horse shit. All right. What do you want to know?
This is a really good question. The follower of the Qun I would answer, but who knows?
How do the Qunari rule themselves?
It's pretty simple. We've got the matriarchy, the priesthood, and the military. The priesthood figures out how Qunari should live in theory. The matriarchy makes it work in practice. And the military keeps the Qunari safe from outside threats.
Okay.
Does it actually work like that? Is there much infighting?
Not like you're thinking of. People disagree, yeah, but the priests are there to solve disagreements. Here in Orlais, politicking comes from people putting their own gain ahead of the gains of society. If you do that among the Qunari, the Ben Hasrath set you straight, or kill you.
Exactly. Gestapo, as I said. The Gestapo. Well, I think this is going along.
How is everyday life different for Kunari?
Depends on your job, I guess. Some are just about the same. A baker in Valroyo gets up, gets dressed, and starts work. A baker in Parvolan does the same thing. They don't care about the Empire or the Cube. Mostly they worry about breaking eggs and hope the dough rises right.
I understand this phrase. What does... Except that baker isn't free. Free from what? From the government? No one is free from the government. Or maybe some hermit. Let's see what this is.
It can't be exactly the same. The Kunari have no personal freedoms.
How many personal freedoms do you figure that baker in Valroyo has? Life isn't about freedom. The baker in Parvolan wonders if she'll be given enough eggs to do her work. Will they come on time? Will the kitchen workers get her bread while it's fresh, or will they come late and blame her because it's stale? Same crap in Valroyo. People are just people.
Yes, I agree with him. You could even say the Kunari has more freedom, because you have a set of established rules that cannot be changed by the whims of noblemen. So you could argue that they have more freedom than the guys in the south. Because you always have to be fearful that some noble will say that your bread offends his noses. Yeah, his nose, or their noses, and you need to die for it. In Kunari lands that wouldn't be a problem. As long as you follow the rules, you should be okay.
What's it like growing up under the Kun?
The Tamasrans raise us in these units of kids all our own age. They're like teachers or chantry sisters. They also help figure out what jobs we should do. They had me pegged for military work early on. When they learned I could hit stuff and lie, they started training me for the Ben Hasra.
Yeah, we cannot trust this guy, not one bit. He's the opposite of Blackwell. Blackwell seems very forthcoming, but without an ulterior agenda. This guy does have one, so I cannot know if he's bullshitting me or not. Everything he's telling me could be an elaborate lie to gain my trust. So we need to do exactly the same to him. Yeah, let's go with this.
That must have been a good day for you.
Yes, it's like being a block of stone with a sculptor working on you. One day, the last of the crap gets knocked off, and you can see your real shape. What you're supposed to be. That's a good day.
Alright.
I've heard there's no marriage among the Kunari.
Yeah, that's true. Kunari love our friends like anyone does, but we don't have sex with them.
Kunari don't have sex?
Oh, we definitely have sex. They're Tamasrans who pop your cork whenever you need it.
What? Holy shit.
Seriously?
Yes. It's not a big deal like it is here. It's like, I don't know, going to see a healer. Sometimes it's this long, involved thing. It takes all day, leaves you walking funny. Other times, you're in and out in 5 minutes. Thank you. See you next week.
Oh. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, let's manipulate his fucking ass. Hello, cat. Cat's meat. I'm going to call you cat, if you don't mind. Yeah, let's go with this. I love these options to get out of difficult situations. He seems a little bit too cavalier, yeah. In and out, and we go and have dinner, it seems. This guy, because usually this is automatic, an automatic win, basically. No one refuses the advances of the Inquisitor. And I don't know his true feelings about any of this. It may be that he doesn't think it's great. In the end. Having no connection, so let's go with this.
So, you've never really made love? Connected with someone in both body and soul?
I don't know. One time they used this thing called the Sato Nerapan. It's a leather-wrapped rod on a harness. That wasn't really my soul, though. Also, there were more than 2 people.
Okay.
Do you ever think about what would happen if the Kunari conquered Orlais or Ferelden?
Some folks, like Cassandra or Cullen, would do fine if they didn't die fighting. Those two love rules. But the mages, look at Solus. All that wandering in the Fade. They'd at least kill him. Both Sarah and Varric would mouth off until they ended up re-educated. Drugged until their minds broke. So, to answer your question, no, I don't think about it much at all.
Alright.
The word Kunari, is that the race or the religion?
Both. Kind of. The humans and elves who follow the Qun are the Vidathari. The Kunari who break away from the Qun are Talbasha, deserters.
Really? Vidathari. What do you know? So you have a special class of people called the converts. How is it that they call them in Spain? The Marranos. Was it Marranos? I'm pretty sure it was the pigs. We shall see. Ah, fail. You're always inciting rebellion in the chat, huh?
What about Kunari who existed before the Qun?
The people we came from. They're called the Kossith, but we don't use that word for the race. We came south to Traitors because the Kossith were... I don't know. We had to leave. The stories aren't clear. But I don't expect they look much like us. Whatever they are.
What? Ah, impossible. Cannot be that the whole Kunari people is up there in Purple Land. What I thought was that it was an expedition. Some sort of advanced party. Like Columbus or something like that. But this guy seems to be implying that it is the whole society that moved south. Interesting.
See you later, Bull.
See ya. What's going on?
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasrath.
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. Or make them disappear. And then you've got the spies.
How do the re-educators work?
Well, I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
I would say it is that easy. And we need to learn all those tricks.
You can alter someone's beliefs that easily.
One of my friends was a re-educator. He said that every memory is like the page of a book. When you examine a memory, you're turning to that page, and when you're there, the page is laid bare. Write a few notes in the margins of the page, erase a word here and there, and your whole outlook changes. I always felt a little weird reading after that conversation.
Okay. It's his job as spying. I don't know. I have no idea. How many people does he tell he's part of the Ben Hazrath, I wonder? And how could he spy as a mercenary? Maybe he just wants to gain general knowledge of the workings of the military forces of the South. Let's make sure I'm getting his job description right.
None of those sound exactly like you.
Yeah, I was a special case. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
Yeah, the reindeer. He's majestic, isn't it, Fail? This is actually true.
You seem like the type who enjoys a good fight.
There's a good fight, and there's finding out who put rat poison in the bread and killed a bunch of children. I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Tal Vashath. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
Okay. Obviously he knew. I will have to agree that is brave. I wouldn't do that. This is stupid, extremely stupid, but it is brave as well. He held on to his beliefs even in depression.
Not many people would have the courage to do that.
I thought about letting some rebel kill me, but I couldn't give any of those bastards the satisfaction. The Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Tal Vashath, and work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
Thanks for the information, Bull.
No problem, boss. Anyway, nice talking with you.
Interesting. So this guy lost faith, almost. Man, almost lost faith.
Can I help you?
But he's a born-again
Relatable.
Cunari.
See ya.
And we talk more.
What can I do for you?
Shepherd.
I'd like to know more about the Iron Bull.
The chief. Last time I met him, he saved my life. I never thought I'd work for a Canary, but he grows on you. He's not like any commander I've ever worked for. That's for damn sure.
How's Iron Bull as a commander?
If you know what you're doing and hold up your end, he's easy. He doesn't accept any less. If it keeps us alive, he leads from the front, and if you've an idea that'll win the fight, he listens. I've seen bands whose captains had to prove they were swinging the biggest sword. Bull isn't like that. The Chargers might give him more lip than you'd expect, but every one of us would lay down our lives for the big ass.
Is it strange to work for a Kunari?
He hasn't tried to convert us to the Qun, if that's what you're asking. The Bull's Chargers don't care who you light a candle for, so long as your shield stays up. If he hadn't told me he was Ben Hasrath, I'd have thought he'd left that life behind.
So he tells everyone. This guy's a crazy bastard. What is going on? Well, this is the second in command, but why is he telling everyone he's a spy? This is crazy. Yeah, this is fucking nuts.
I didn't expect he'd tell you all that he was a spy.
Not the whole band, but those who've been around long enough to trust. He figures most of us would find out sooner or later, and it should come from him. Eyes to eye, he says. It's never messed up a job. He just writes letters back home. Lots of the boys write letters back home.
The truth is, these guys don't care. And I would assume they would convert to a Qun, as long as it didn't mean a change in their jobs. Or maybe they just don't see it that way. They don't see any threat, you could say, or any chance of the Qunari actually recalling the Iron Bull. Who knows?
How did a Tevinter soldier wind up in a Kunari spy's mercenary company?
I wasn't a soldier at the time. I was in some trouble, trying to flee to Vinter. A Tribune and his men caught me in a border town tavern. They meant to make an example of me. Bull killed them. Gave up his eye doing it. Patched me up and asked if I was looking for work. I've been putting up with his jokes ever since.
That's how he lost the eye?
Yes. The guards had me on the tavern floor when Bull came inside and yelled for them to stop. One of them saw trouble coming and figured he'd finish me off. The guard had a flail. Bull put himself between me and the blow. Big-horned idiot. Didn't even know me.
We'll talk later.
Interesting. Can we talk more? Shepard, don't be rude. Alright. Let's go. Is that Colin? Yes, it is. Stupid fuck, where have you been?
Is there something you need?
Dispels the darkness upon us.
Okay. Where is Sarah? Where could she be? Let's look at the map. Talk to everyone again at some point. Okay, there she is. Gosh, who do I take with me to the mages? That's the question. Cassandra, no. Blackwell, possibly. For bringing a Qunari to the mages, I don't think that's a good idea.
Master Harris says the new recruits will have armor ready soon.
Okay. Ah, it's true, she's in the tavern. I thought of that. Must be. It's a strange outfit.
What do you need?
Can I get you anything to eat while you're here?
It is not time.
Did you hear the news? You would have
I'm
made
pleased to hear it.
right?
Yes. I talked to Dragon.
I talk to dragons. Well, Poncho, they sent Iron Bull to be some sort of spy on the military, I'm
Something
guessing.
like that.
On the military forces of the South. So he recruits a bunch of people, makes himself a mercenary company,
I suppose you're right.
and starts hiring his services to any kingdom, noble, city-state. He gets to know the tactics, the strategic thinking, the tactical prowess of all those people, and sends the reports to the Cunari Arishoks. I'm thinking that's why he recruits people, so he has a way into
It's good to see you.
the inner workings of the military forces of the human kingdoms. But I could be wrong. He didn't tell me, I think, but that's what I suspect.
So, this is it, huh? Oh no, it's fine, yeah? It's just, I thought it'd be bigger. That would have been hilarious if you were a man, right? Wasted. Anyway, stopping wars should earn more sovereigns than this. Need things back to normal for coins to be flowing again. Another reason the Templars and mages need to be sat down.
Shit. What? She's a moderate. She's a fucking moderate. We need to turn her ass. Yeah, Poncho, that's what doesn't make sense. He keeps telling everyone he's a spy. I also find that very, very strange. Well, supposedly he only tells it to people that will find out he's a spy, but but it will blow his score nonetheless. It's as if James Bond told every woman he had sex with that he was a British spy. Eventually all the hookers in the world would know, and then some random politician would talk about James Bond with a hooker, okay, and everything gets out of hand. Alright, how the hell do we deal with this girl? Yeah, let's see. Let's see if she sways one way or the other. She swings, I mean. Hello, something. How are you? Yeah, he says that people will find out anyway. But he doesn't know that he suspects people will find out. Anyway. The problem is this. You are a spy for a race. Well, not a race, a religion that is very militant. That not 3 centuries ago tried to conquer the continent and almost succeeded. And that is still at war with the mages in the north. Recently tried to take over Kirkwall. So tensions must be very high with the Cunari. Why would, or that's my point of view at least, why would telling people you're a spy for them, that every action you take in front of him will be reported to the higher ups in Cunari Parbolin? What would that create trust between you and him? Because that's what he's basically telling us the reason. The reason I'm divulging this information, he says, is because I want you to hear it from me. But that doesn't change the fact that he's a spy, and I cannot trust him. But that's his ultimate goal, to generate that sense of camaraderie between the two of us, saying, I'm putting all the cards in the table right now. I'm a spy. Well, that's awful. For a spy, I say, because I will never trust him. Anything he tells me could be a lie, because he is a spy. And he told me that could be part of his own plan to gain my trust. Appear to be on the level with me, but who knows? You can never trust a spy, in my opinion. So, other people would if they didn't care out the Qunari. Or that the Qunari, other Inquisitors, you could say. If they didn't care that the Qunari know what you do, if you want to become a Qunari, if you are just role-playing some sort of... for example, if you were role-playing either a Chantry loyalist or a mage libertarian, a intermage or whatever, that guy just blowing his cover would certainly make you distrust it immediately. And if he's a spy, he should do his job and see who would recoil from such an information and who would embrace it as a show of goodwill, which is ostensibly what he appears to be attempting. But who knows? The only reason I took him with me is because he basically said, you either tell me, oh no, you either take me with you and I learn out the breach that way, or the Qunari are going to invade and solve this problem on our own. And I don't want an invasion of the Qunari, so he's with us. But we need to keep him blindfolded to the goings on in the Inquisition. We can only show him what I want the Qunari to know. That's the truth. If I didn't know he was an spy, I would definitely think he's a Talbashot. And a Talbashot doesn't care about shit, except money maybe. So I would definitely, or that would definitely increase the chances of me showing him my true objectives, the whole state of the Inquisition, sharing all the secrets with him. Because I would, well, not all, but much more, because I would think he would be loyal as long as I pay him, and he wouldn't have any ultimate objective. But let's try to convert this lady as Poncho says. Let's see if she, as I said, swings one way or the other.
The Templars and the Mages? Most people pick a side.
Most people are stupid.
But where do you stand on the wall?
In the frigging middle with everyone else. You know what I hear about mages? Nothing, until one goes all demony. Know what I hear about Templars? Nothing, until they take maybe mages. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
Okay. This is a good question.
Is there something else you're looking for? Like, what's behind all this?
Maybe. I don't know. First things first, right? I help you, march, arrow, kick. Then people stop being stupid, and everything starts to make sense again. Sound good to you, all-touched Lady Herald?
What the hell? Doesn't make any sense. Well, apparently I can romance anyone I want. I won't do that with the elves. I won't use romance options to manipulate them. I will try to convert them on the actual arguments. All right. Sounds good to me. No, it doesn't. There can be no reconciliation. No reconciliation. I only care about stopping it. Or we will succeed. Let's go with this one.
I'm committed to putting an end to this crisis. Whatever it takes.
It's why I'm here, yeah? This is where it gets done. Whatever it is. Can't do a bloody thing with everyone pissing themselves. Stupid everyone.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to put an end to a crisis. By destroying all the humans. And then elves can dance in the forest.
Chasing the Lord Seeker, I hear. Anyone who thinks they need Lord in front of the name, that's bad. Bet he's got a portrait taller than he is. That's your first clue to a total arse. Fact.
Okay, what? No, I don't care.
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Which? The ones who do things or the ones who give orders?
Let's see. The ones who do things.
What about Solus?
Solus? His head's crammed up 1,000 years ago.
Okay. Was a short assessment.
Anything to say about Varric?
Varric? Too clever. Always saying something, but never saying it straight.
Thoughts about Cassandra?
Not as buttoned up as she plays, right? Tough, though. I'd stand behind her in front of anything.
Very brave of you.
Thoughts on Iron Bull?
He makes me wonder about things. I mean, what did the women look like? Woof.
Alright, she's at Benevin's dissection then.
Any thoughts about Warden Blackwall?
He's too good, right? Like to see him out of that uniform. Not like that.
I think Blackpool is my best choice at the moment. For going to a mages. Definitely seems that way to me.
What do you think about our Spymaster, Ambassador, and Commander?
Liliana is pretty in places. Swear I've seen her too. Or heard she used to play. But that'd be mad. Now Josephine, she's as good at humbling her kind as I am. Just with less mess. Knows her business, if you have to have it. And Cullen, I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow into it. Nice hair, though.
Okay.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
Look at those ragged dresses. She really takes
Chasing mages,
pride.
that's a Templar's job. A big, armoured, pissed-off helm polisher. Not too late to go find some. Or stay home.
She's really proud of being low class, isn't she? Just as we are proud of being Dalish. Only we cannot tell anyone.
Is the Inquisition what you thought it would be?
Calling an Inquisition is a bit much, isn't it? Does this lot even know what they're chasing? Fair question for me as well, I suppose. Everybody following a rumour. At least I'm used to that.
It's really easy. We're trying to find out who killed the the divine and all the other high clerics.
Tell me about yourself.
What about me?
I'm just interested in talking to an elf like me.
Don't think so.
Why not?
Shit!
Well, maybe you're alright, but most elves are too elfy. Like that's soulless, right? Never be as good as we were. Well, who's we? I'm just fine.
Yeah, this woman doesn't like elfy elves. Or elves. And what's her solution to all this mess? She says she could be a blood traitor. We could still change her mind, I think. Hopefully. If not, she will die at my hand.
There's nothing to learn from any of that history.
Yes, don't do that. What? We lost so bad there was nothing left. You figure out what they wore on their deathbed. You wear it. Waste of time.
That's a fair lesson, actually. Don't do that.
How about the basics? Where are you from?
Ferelden?
I got that from the accent. Where in Ferelden?
All over? Okay, fine. Denerim for a bit. South, north, wherever I want.
Yeah, Ponchos, she seems to hate the Dalish. She's too much of a free spirit, it seems, to be bound by ancient tradition. And apparently she believes it was that which caused the downfall of the elves. The real question is, does she care about elves or doesn't she? As a race. I actually mean, yeah, the genetic race of elves. She seems to do so, because what she just told us is she doesn't want to go to the old ways, because those ways failed at the elves. But if she doesn't, if she just wants to be some regular person, then she won't do for our ultimate purpose. She won't care. She won't care if it's humans or elves or whomever else in charge, as long as the world makes sense. The world won't make sense to me until an elf rules everything. Okay, let me see. She dislikes the stuff that doesn't matter. She was an orphan, and even if she knew traditions and such, she did not get food on her plate, even knowing. Okay, she's a more practical person, you are telling me something. She doesn't get tangled up on all the nonsense of keeping the past alive while you starve in the present. Something like that, I think. But we are not like that. I may be, because I'm a spy, I can make compromises, I believe. But ultimately, we do want the return of the old ways in a grand scale. Okay. Thanks for your input. Something. Yeah, she's a little girl. It seems. Not that there is no. Yeah. There is no room for that kind of outlook in the world in my party. Certainly there can't be.
Oh, you're from wherever. I'm from North wherever.
What?
North wherever. Oh, we had fun on street and or in local tavern.
Oh, hardy ha. Oh, funny you. It's complicated. I don't like complicated. Let's leave it at that. Maybe.
Yeah, she wants to play. Let's play.
You're skilled. Who taught you how to use a bow?
No one.
That seems unlikely.
What? I picked it up here and there. Mostly it just makes sense. It's not like that for you.
No, you need to be trained to use proper magic. Yes, Poncho. Our ultimate goal is destroy human society and replace it with an empire of elves. The elven state. And whatever means are necessary to achieve that, we will use. Nothing is going to be discarded. in our search for a land free of flat ears. Well, are flat ears the city elves? I don't know. Of humans then. And the flat ears that don't convert as well. If they are actually elves. But no, magic cannot be learned in that fashion. You need a teacher, I think.
Usually it takes considerable discipline. Hence my question.
Hence. Look, I work at it. Practice a little. Not like Cullen and his pets. I mean, you miss, then you don't. Is it that hard to see when it's wrong?
Well, it's not like that for other elves, I know that.
Most I know couldn't find an arrow sitting on it. Right. Maybe I just make it look easy in shite company. Fact still is, no teacher. Where would I find one in alleyways anyway?
Alright. Yeah. Practice and trial and error can actually bring you good results in the end.
We'll talk later.
If you say so.
I unlocked Sarah. Let's see if I can
Your
talk.
wish is something, something.
This girl is hilarious.
You apparently have a lot of friends. Tell me about your network.
It's not mine, right? I mean, it is, but it's also everyone. Everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who hide behind gold and silk. And hats, I guess.
Yeah, she's... How is it called? I forget. I don't remember. I will in a second.
Is Red Jenny real? Or was she always just you and your friends?
Dunno.
Don't you care?
Not if it works. I mean, Red is scary because blood. And Jenny is... Look, nobody fears the bunch of people who do random stuff. And besides, it's easy. Nobles want a bogeyman because they need to believe normal people can't get at them. Numbers, right? It don't have to be so complicated.
What I was going to say is that she's a class warrior. That's what I was going to say. Do you share the blame too? The blame from what? They are doing what they want. If they succeed, there is no blame. If they get caught, well, it's the fault of whomever failed. That seems like the natural approach of this group. They're like cells. Individual cells that work on their own but are part of a greater loose organism. Like an amoeba or something. But yeah, there is always someone at the top, usually. Even if it's... Yeah, if it's a group. A group of leaders of cells. That's how terrorists work, usually. Or insurgents.
So, do you take turns leading or something like that?
There's nothing to lead. Put a few favors in, take a few out. Stop and you cut yourself out. Other than that, we stay out of each other's way. Probably best. Some are right.
Alright.
Are you just about pranks and revenge, or is there more to it?
Well, it's a weave, right? I grease a ballroom, so a wyvern chasing Git has to hunt sprained. Strangely, handmaids leave his vault open. His heirlooms pay off someone else. Maybe clean streets in Kirkwall, so someone gets something else. Pish, pish, pish. A lot of people eventually get help or a laugh. Or maybe someone dead, if they deserve it.
It is good to know. It's like the invisible hand of the market, isn't it? They all do their stuff on their own, and somehow everything works overall.
I'm glad I met you before someone decided what I deserved.
You're no hateful ass so far. I'd just get you with a pie or something. Anyway, assassin's a bard's job, innit? No fun that lot. They might plonk a noble, right? But only to raise another. Plus, I'm shy at singing.
I expected nothing from her, to be honest. Other than herself. So I won't touch that.
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, innit?
Okay. So we are done talking with these people. Let's go to the war table. Turned into what, an hour, 2 hours? Who the hell knows?
Do you need anything more, revered mother?
There are always more lives to be saved.
Though they sang hymns of praise.
Yeah, Poncho, she's
Though they could do anything.
sort of the leader of the guild of thieves. Or she created it. It's more like, not that a guild, more like a loose network of individuals that resent nobility. Because they not only thieve, they also, or steal, they also kill gnolls. Basically, they, as I said, they are class warriors. You could think of them as some sort of communist underground, I would say. What's this? Alright. The secrets of Andraste. Interestingly, the runes are Alamari in origin, belonging to the tribes that inhabited Ferelden almost 1,000 years ago. What is of greater interest, however, is that none of the runes translate intelligibly, meaning It's all in code. According to the translators, a reference to the garden also indicate an island of the northern coast. Most curious. I will continue translation efforts in the hope we can narrow this even further. Okay. Ah, look at that. Up on the waking sea. Okay, goodbye. Something, thanks for chatting. Let's see. The Alamari runes found in the mountain passages outside Haven have finally given up more of their secrets, pointing to one of the larger islands of the northern coast of Ferelden. The island is quite large and covered in dense wilderness, so searching it will be an involved process. According to the runes, however, there should be some connection to the original disciples of Andraste and the Garden of the Sacred Ashes. Okay, let's see what the advisors tell me. I know a few adventurers trustworthy enough to send to the islands. Let them search and report back. Okay, this requires a stealth. A few skilled agents given enough time to quietly search the islands. Shit!
See what we have.
Fuck. I didn't want to select her. Motherfuckers. And her approach did seem good enough. Alright. Nothing we can do now. Liliana is on her way. Whether we want it or not. Let's look at all these missions. Choose a successor in Leeds. Okay, I won't do that. Let me see, do they? I think that the symbols change, don't they? The ones that are closed, yes, no, yes. Now I understand. The ones that have the symbol all opened up like let's say the eye open are still available. And those that no, yeah, the little figurine changes, that's what I'm saying. Look at this one. Fairly different from these four that are available. Okay, let's look at this then. Utilize the Grey Warden Treatise. The Inquisition, it's in its infancy. Building an organization such as this is like building an army. You need soldiers, weapons to arm them, food to feed them. And that's just the beginning. I joined knowing I could make a difference. I have Grey Warden Treatise, and this allows us to take what's needed when needed. We do not face a blight, but surely a thorn in the sky warrants as much concern. Consider it, Warden Blackwall. It seems I can only send Josephine, which is logical. This could work. The blight is but 10 years past, and Thedas remembers how we were saved. I can use the treatise, leverage the goodwill owed to wardens, and use it for the Inquisition. Yeah, go.
At your
Go
service.
and do that. Let's see if there is one that Colin can do. Doesn't seem likely, but let's read anyway. Part of Aven Hasrath report noting the current fight for succession in Leeds, which has been without a direct ruler since Duke Remache died early in the Orlesian Civil War. The duchy will go to one of the 3 members of the Duke's death family, all of whom have possible claims to a position due to the complex nature of Orlesian politics. His cousin Carolina, already a duchess by marriage, his daughter Monette, whose claim is modeled by her Eurofoot naivete and the fact that her father pushed her into a life of service to the Chantry after his wife's death, likely to protect her from the dangers of the game, and his brother Jean Gaspard, an ambitious and cunning man who has been searching for power. Alright. Carolina is capable and not overly invested in overseeing leads personally. Monette would be the most easily manipulated, but less likely to be useful. Jean Gaspard would be a difficult man to manipulate and could present a threat if he succeeds his brother. Any of the three candidates could become a valuable ally to the Inquisition, but the other two must be removed from play first. Okay, so I need to take 2 out of 3. Let's see what these people... I can destroy Carolina's marriage with 4 words and the proper globe left on the proper table. Okay. Monette would do better in the chantry and in the game. I can see that she's encouraged to take vows. And Gaspard is a chevalier and a capable military leader. If we want him removed, I dare say we might recruit him for ourselves. Okay, let's wait until I have all my advisors available. Let's see. Red Jenny says drop and grab. I can make no sense of this. The Herald found her. Perhaps she can advise. Colin. A letter from Sarah follows. For your big hats, Lord, whoever says you are rubbish. His servants don't care, but good. Drop a few things for them, they'll give Josephine a surprise. I think scrolls or something. Sarah. Scribble of heraldic symbols and directions are below. Also Sarah's name 37 times. Okay. The heraldry is of a minor house. Shall we instead see what the surprise might be? Okay. We require middlemen to secure the goods and the favor of the noble. Okay. We have no time for games. Far simpler to stop these with soldiers and find favor with this noble. Who is this noble? Who are we talking about? Why would I want the... she says it's a minor house. So I don't think it matters much if I have their support. Although I've been gathering favors with lordlings all over. I'm sure if I send Colin or Liliana, I will lose favor with Sarah, which is something I don't want to. Okay, we're not going to do that until Josephine is available. It's more important to keep Sarah happy than gain the trust of some random noble in Orlais. I think, at least.
Please tell me if you find something.
Alright. So I think we should go and talk to the mages now. Pretty sure. How much time did I spend talking to these people? 1 hour, it seems. Okay.
All repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.